Hello, I wanted to make this video about how much costs to live in London. I have separated this in 5 categories that I called rent, transport, food, fun and other. But before that, I wanted to tell you a little bit about salaries. I think that the best way to tell your salary is to go on sites like indeed.co.uk, type in your profession or your job title. It will give you how much people doing that job make. I started working in hospitality making minimum wage. The minimum wage today is £7.83 an hour. I can also tell you that the average salary for London is 34,800. The first thing I want to talk about is rent. And rent is crazy expensive in this city. If you're new here, probably the most likely scenario is that you will be flat sharing, unless you're rich or you get a very well-paid job straight away, of course. London is divided in 9 concentric areas. Zone 1 is the center, Zone 9 is the outskirts. Most people work in Zone 1, so if that's your case, you should aim at get a flat in Zone 2 or 3, so your commute time is not crazy. A flat there, sharing with 2 or 3 other people, would cost you around £600 to £800 a month, and then expect to pay another £100 on bills. However, some flats come with bills included. If you want to live on your own, maybe you can get a studio for £1,000. If you want to live in a 1-bedroom flat, maybe 1,200, 1,500, depends on the area and the condition of the flat, obviously. You should probably have to pay bills on top of that. So just an estimate could be £100 on council tax. This obviously depends on the borough that you live in. £100 on gas and electricity, another 25 on water, 25 on internet, 20 on your mobile phone, for example. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is transport. Monthly travel car from Zone 2 to 1 that includes underground, overground, DLR, buses is £131. All the updated prices can be found on the Transport for London website. As a reference, bus-only travel car is £81.60, for example. The underground is usually faster. The buses are slower because the streets in London are narrow, and as you can imagine, the rush hour in the morning makes things go even slower. However, the underground is not reliable 100% because obviously there's delays, things happen, and to be honest, for the amount of people that travel every day, I find it fairly reliable. However, another option that I think is better, and is the one that I do, is cycling. If you cycle to work, you do your exercise and you basically travel for free. You can get a bicycle second-hand for like £50, and if you want to get a good one, maybe £200. You will just pay it off really quickly. Also, buy a lock, because London theft in terms of bicycles is quite high. Also worth mentioning that London is maybe not the safest city to cycle. Cars sometimes can get very impatient. But I think that if you are aware of your surroundings, take care of yourself, you should be fine. I wanted to talk about food now, and I don't think that food is really expensive in this city, luckily. If you plan your meals and you buy offers, I think that's pretty good. I try to cook at home mostly every day, and then to take food to work for lunches and stuff. So I think that you can save some money there. However, if you want to eat out, you can get street food for like £5 to £10, or go to a relatively cheap and nice restaurant for £15 and £25 per person. A beer, £5, coffee, maybe £2-3. I named this category fun, but this is obviously very dependent on what you like to do. I like to go to music concerts, for example, and I can tell you that that's between £20 to £30 for a relatively famous band. However, if you go to pubs, most of them have music nights where you can see 3 or 4 bands for £5. If you like to go to the cinema, the tickets can go from £5 on a cheap day to £20 if you go to a city cinema. But the same, you have pubs where they do screenings, or film festivals where they do screenings, and usually the entry price is cheaper. If you're new to London, you can visit all the museums. Most are free, galleries, exhibitions, most of those are free. Visit things like Time Out. Timeout.com will be really good, especially at the beginning. And this last category I name other. This is other things that you might ask for, like clothes, for instance. We have the usual H&M or Zara or Uniqlo. So you can get a jacket for like £25, a t-shirt for like £10. The usual prices in all Europe, really. Then gym memberships from like £20 for a budget gym up to £100. Also worth mentioning that some workplaces have gyms, so you don't have to pay for that. A yoga class, £12 more or less, depending on where you go. Access to a pool, maybe £4. To end this video, I wanted to say that I believe that in the end it's all about making the most of your income. Don't spend more money than you have. I was in minimum wage for years. And it's fine, you can have fun in this city and enjoy this city as much as with more money, really. You just adapt yourself. If you don't have money to go to an expensive restaurant, you can, buy a barbecue that they sell for £3 in the supermarkets, and get some food and go to a park with friends, have a barbecue. Or, instead of paying £5 or £6 for a pint of beer at a pub, maybe you can get a can of beer and go to a friend's house, listen to some music or watch a movie at home instead of going to the cinema. Instead of paying money for a gym, you can go to a park. Most parks have bars to do exercises, and you can always run. And that's it. I think that I am going to finish my video with that. I hope that this was useful for you, and if it was, please let me know. And if you have any more questions, I'll be happy to answer them as well. Okay? See you next time.